evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you all for coming out here tonight. Now, let me just say right off the bat, what an absolute pleasure it is to be singing to you, Joes. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you candy. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you candy. Meet Rosemary Clooney, a premier icon of the 1950s and 60s. Like many of today's current celebrities, she finds the limelight to be harsh and unforgiving at times. In an attempt to cope with the stress of fame and betrayal, Rosemary turns to addiction in her memoir, Girl Singer, by Rosemary Clooney. Well, my career was just getting going in the 1950s, and I was called early one morning to Mr. Mitch Miller's office. He played me an Armenian folk song, and I remember with all the pomposity of a 20-year-old, I said, I don't think that's for me, really. And, he was very nice, very understanding about my point of view, but when it got down to it, he told me, Rosemary, if you don't sing it, you're fired. And it was very interesting how that got through to me. I understood exactly what was expected of me, but, this song, I'm going to give you candy. The lyrics always stuck with me like voices in my head, and I thought they ranged from incoherent to just plain silly, and I was worried people weren't going to take me seriously. Jose. Well, Jose took me seriously. Oh, well, you wouldn't remember him, would you? Jose Vincent Ferreira Otero was the son of an aristocratic family possessing an astonishing range of talents and fierce intellect. And when he spoke, he could hold people spellbound. I was promoting a record in 1951. Well, I saw him. He certainly saw me. It was hard to believe that a man of this stature could take an interest in me. I was impressed by Joe's frame and, frankly excited by the attention that we drew when we were together. I married Joe on July 13th, 1953. It was just a 10-minute ceremony in the judge's office with only Joe's agent and my manager present. But to me, at least, well, it symbolized, the forever quality of our love. Afterwards, Joe took me to Paris. Well, Paris was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. We took our time, enjoyed the road and the food, and each other. And one night, Joe had run into a friend of his. I didn't have much to contribute to the conversation since they frequently spoke in French. So it wasn't before long I excused myself and went up to bed. They lapsed into English, and I could hear them talking. I heard Joe saying, she, and her. And he wasn't talking about me. As I lay there listening, I heard my husband give the raw details of a sexual episode in his New York dressing room. The very room he'd be calling me from while I was hurrying to finish my movie so I could be with him. I didn't hear every damn word. I heard enough. was having trouble sleeping, and it was the easiest thing just to pick up diamonds down the road. I mean, after all, I'm Rosemary Clooney. You know, all I had to do was call the hotel doctor. Excuse me. I'm having trouble sleeping, and I forgot my medication. You think you could spare just 2 or 3 pills to get me through the night? And instead, he could give me 50 or 100 pills, thinking that no one who was addicted would ever ask for just 2 or 3. Yeah, I began missing whole days of my life, either because I registered nothing or I couldn't even get out of bed. I'd walk into a room smiling and come out yelling, and the hardest thing for me to remember is that my children, you know, they were afraid of me. It no longer occurred to me to ask if I still needed the drugs to sleep. The question was no longer relevant. All you ask when you get up in the morning is, how many pills do you got? How's your stack? You know, when I got up that morning, I had taken enough of them to get me through the night. We were playing a casino. And you know, when I got on stage, saw demons in the audience. I asked one of them, "Why are you here?" And then some pockets of uneasy laughter, but you know, I'm not something to be laughed at. You know, I'm not some monkey in a cage, I'm a person. And then somebody says, "Come on, give up, come out of my house," and you see how stupid you are. You ask dumb questions about a silly song and you don't deserve to hear me sing. You want to hear, "Come out of my house." You want to hear how it sounds without my voice, and I will play it, gentlemen. So I got in my Cadillac and I took off down the mountain road. And I would put God to the test. I would drive all the way down the wrong side of the road. Headlights coming toward me like shooting stars that veered away at the last possible moment. And every single time I would yell, "This one's for you, God!" Yeah. For you, God. And here I am. You know, I read someplace that the only thing we can give back to God is gratitude. You know, a life saved. Gratitude. When I thought of wishing that everything in my life would be perfect. But that's not a realistic wish, is it? Oh, woman, to a man is just a woman. But a man